In this video, my family and I are in Italy on vacation, and we chartered a nice boat to travel from Porto Venere to check out Cinque Terre. Cinque Terre means 5 lands or 5 villages in Italians. This is an Italian coastal area within Liguria in the northwest coast of Italy on the Italian Riviera. It lies in the west of La Spezia Province and it's composed of 5 villages. Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Riomaggiore. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation here. The coastline, the 5 villages, and the surrounding hillsides are all part of the Cinque Terre National Park. And Cinque Terre, along with Porto Venere, where we were staying, were all designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We got to visit 2 of the villages, Vernazza and Monterosso. Vernazza was very beautiful. We had lunch at a restaurant that was built right onto the cliffside. Our table sat on a nice balcony overlooking the small seaside port, and there was a nice cliffside jump right nearby us. The town was filled with nice stores and restaurants, and you could feel the action of the town. A lot of people just enjoying the water, checking out the shops and the restaurants, the ferry coming in with people, dropping people off and taking people to the nearby villages. And while we were eating lunch there, these kids were just jumping off the cliff jump right behind us. Cinque Terre was mentioned in documents dating back to the 11th century. Monterosso and Vernazza were settled first, and the other villages grew later. These towns originally started off as towns up high on the hills to protect the towns from pirates. But as Italy modernized and the threats of pirates decreased, they moved to the seaside locations. They were fairly isolated for a time and even generated their own dialects. They began to open up to visitors and tourists over time. Monterosso is the largest of the 5 towns. It is composed of an old town and a new town. I think we visited the old town. There are a ton of hotels facing the ocean, and there were lots of private and public beaches with chairs and umbrellas right on the ocean. However, we were able to swim a little bit, and one trick I have is whenever you tour the Cinque Terre area, just make sure that you're always wearing a bathing suit, because you never know when you have the opportunity to jump in the ocean. All the 5 towns are connected by mountain roads or hiking trails or a railway and the sea. It's very hard to drive in the area because a lot of the streets are so small they won't allow cars. So I would advise either taking the train or chartering a boat like we did. We chose to visit these towns by a chartered boat, which allowed us to see the towns from the sea and see them all in a day. And it provided relief for us from the heat of the summer. The views of all the towns from the sea is spectacular. Earlier in the day, we rode on the boat and passed by the first 3 towns. The first was Riomaggiore, as we were approaching south to north from Porto Venere. The second town was Manarola, to the north of that. And then further north of that, the third town was Manarola. I'm sorry. The third town was called Corniglia. That was the smallest of the 5 villages. All of these towns were beautiful towns just sitting on the rock cliffs overlooking the water. Their ports are not as large, so they don't allow boats like ours to visit and anchor there. Nearby the towns, you could see several terraces of grapevines for wine and olive trees. The grapes of the Cinque Terre are used to produce 2 locally made wines. They got the Cinque Terre and the Cinqueterre are both made using mixtures of different types of grapes, including Bosco, Albarola, and Vermentino. I think we had a lot of Vermentino wine, which was a type of white wine. We stopped at one point to snorkel, which was awesome. There were a lot of small fish swimming by us. No striped bass, just kidding. But the water was so clear. The boat operator we rented from is called Blue Levante. And Damiano and Sofia were a brother and sister crew, and they were fantastic. We also had a tour guide named Inga, who was great to spend time with, and she taught us a lot about the area. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like, comment, or subscribe. This is one of my travel videos on my YouTube channel. I have other travel vlog videos which you may enjoy, and I've also got a lot of videos of my other hobbies. Check them out. Thanks for watching.